Alright guys, good morning. Jake with Broke Guys Garage here in the 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Today we're going to be doing a couple of things to it. For instance, I'm going to be changing the spark plugs, the oil filter, fuel filter, and of course the oil. So let's head into the garage here. Safety first. And let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get into a level garage or a shed or something, or even if you have to do it outside, that's fine. Just get somewhere level. Pop the hood on your vehicle. Yeah, so I'm going to start draining the oil, taking out the old spark plugs, and then I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. Alright guys, just got the first spark plug out of the engine block. It wasn't too bad to get it out. It was pretty easy actually. The old spark plug isn't absolutely horrible, but it's definitely time to change it. You can see the rust build up on the outside of the plug, and then where the spark is actually happening, it's pretty black and corroded, and there's a lot of build up there. And I'm definitely not getting as much out of my engine as I could be with some new spark plugs. So over here, I got the new ones right here. It's the exact same thing. Alright guys, Jake with Broke Guys Garage here. I just got the final spark plug out. Another thing to keep in mind, when you're pulling on these spark plug wires to get them off the spark plug, make sure you give them a little twist first to kind of break away any of the corrosion, so that you're putting as little strain on the connection to the wire to the spark plug cover, because you don't want to break that, because that's a pain in the butt to fix. And then get your spark plug out. And we're going to grab the next spark plug. We're going to put it on the socket. And I've already pre-lubricated this one. Just took a dab of engine oil. Make sure it's gapped properly and you have the little washer on there, because most of the time they come off the spark plug in the box. There's my old plugs, look at how bad they are. Alright, we'll go over here. Got it on my socket. Just gonna slide it down in through there. Get it as lined up straight up and down as best as I can. And I'm gonna hand tighten it until I can't anymore. And you don't want to dilly-dally at this point, because there's going to be a lot of debris and stuff flaking off and falling onto the threads and stuff, and there's not much you can do about it except try to get this part done quickly. Alright guys, I got it all the way hand tight. I've hooked up my ratchet to it, and now I'm going to do a 1/4 of a turn. Like so, and it should feel really good and snug. Then you can pull this out. Click your spark plug cap back on. Make sure this is good and on there. Should make a little click. Like so. Mine didn't really click, but I can feel that it's on there good. And that's about it. Just make sure you get it as tight as you can with your hands. And then do a 1/4 turn, and once that 1/4 turn is complete, it should feel really snug. If it's still loose after you did the 1/4 turn, keep tightening it with your hands as best you can, and a little bit with the wrench until it gets to that point where you feel that it's seated, and then give it a 1/4 turn. Alright, just gonna put my intake back together here. Just had to undo it so I could have more room to get to the spark plugs. I want to make sure this is good and sealed up. Don't want any engine bay dust being sucked into your intake. Feel it all the way around, make sure there's no gap. and tighten it down as tight as it'll go. Love it. All right, good and secure. So I'm gonna undo the oil fill cap right here, and the screw on the oil pan, drain all the oil, and I'll check back in with you guys in a sec. Alright guys, Jake with Broke Guy's Garage here underneath the 96 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I just loosened up the drain plug on the oil pan. So now, once you get that good and loosened up, we're going to very slowly back this off until it starts to drip. Make sure you have something underneath it to catch the oil. And now it's getting kind of wet, so push up on it to hold back the oil as long as you possibly can. Get it all the way loosened up. Then pull it away swiftly. There we go. Only got a little bit on me, not bad. We also want to make sure that it's cool, which I did, and it was pretty cool. Because you don't want to be covered in hot oil, not fun. And yeah, just let that drain out. Wow, look at that. That was pretty recently changed, and it really looks horrible, to be honest. So that's no good. Glad I'm changing it. That's pretty brown. And as you can see, you can actually use the spark plug remover to get this little drain plug off. Not a lot of people know that, but you can. It fits perfectly, so why switch between sockets? Alright guys, Jake with Broke Guy's Garage here. Just pulled out my oil filter. It's pretty simple. All you want to do is locate it. Get a oil filter remover here. It's just like a hose clamp. And you just want to put it over it like this. And as you're pulling on this, it's going to tighten it up and give you some leverage to twist it towards the left. Because lefty loosey. And that's pretty much all you want to do. And yeah, it should come right out. Look at that. Some shine. Okay, now I'm going to grab my my new oil filter and get it on there. Alrighty, got my my new oil filter here, and there's a lot of mixed opinions going around over the internet. A lot of people will tell you to take a dab of oil and wipe it around the perimeter of this gasket right here. Just kind of lube it up when you put it back on there. And in my opinion, I don't really think it makes a difference, especially if there's already oil on where you're putting it on. But what I would suggest is to just do it anyway, because it takes a second to do. Just wipe some on there. Better to be safe than sorry. I really don't think it makes a difference, but you might as well, just to be safe. So I'm just going to do that. Just going to take a dab of the old oil, just a little bit. Wipe it around my perimeter, like so. And I'll even wipe a little bit up here. So once you get a little bit on there and it's all cleaned up and ready to go up there, we're just going to put it up just like how the other one was. Line up the threads, screw it on, try to get a better shot. Hopefully you can see that. Lighting is not very good, but I just got it lined up. There's some little threads that you'll see. And then you just start twisting it on. And it should go on nice and smooth. Get it as tight as you can with your hand. Like so. Then grab your oil filter wrench. And we're just going to give it a little tiny tweak over. Just a little bit. of extra tightness on there just to ensure that we aren't going to get any leaking. Don't go too overboard with this. You just don't want this to loosen up on you, so you can get to a point where it ain't going nowhere. About like that. That's good. And then you can grab a rag and wipe away any of the spillage like what we have here. We don't want to leave that on the muffler. There's some on this area here. We're also going to want to wipe this up as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Be right back. Jake with Broke Guys Garage here. Just stumbled across a free TV. Hit me up on the Instagrams if you want it. Looks in pretty good shape. Might have a little bit of water in it, but looks good. Cheap. Good day. No check engine lights. $5 in the wallet. Some fuel in the tank. Some sun. Oh, love it. So Jake here with Broke Guys Garage. Just a little recap of what we did this weekend for the Jeep Cherokee. New spark plugs. Replaced all 8 of them. New oil filter. New fuel filter. New oil. Cleared the engine code. Hasn't come back on yet. Or did it? Nope, it's still off. So, good day. Last weekend, I replaced all 4 shocks and the rear lower control arms and the front and rear bumper. If you follow me on the social medias, you know that I got it pretty horribly stuck. Actually fell through the ice, destroyed the front bumper, and cracked the rear one pulling it out. So that was a good project there. Still to come, coil spring spacers. eBay coil spring spacers, gonna bump it up 2 inches. It's just sitting too low right now. That's coming soon. Still waiting on that nitrous. I'm gonna be running that. Yeah, I guess it's photo time. Gonna pull her up down here, get some shots. Love it.